Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back downstairs and I wanted to do a bit of a guide to movie watching in October for the Halloween season. So if you're one of those people that really like to jam your schedule with horror movies in October or leading into Halloween, this is the video for you. Hopefully you can find some gems here, some hidden gems that you haven't heard of or some classics you've forgotten about. So I got some good stuff. I got a bit of everything, all the subgenres of horror covered in this video. So let's get right into it. All right, first up, I have a B movie here, a bit of a lower budget movie called The Barn. So The Barn is a movie about a bunch of teenagers that really decide to explore a local legend on Halloween and soon discover that the local legend is a little more than just a legend and they're stuck in the middle of a lot of crazy stuff. But like I said at the beginning, this movie is a little bit of a lower budget. It does have, suspect acting and quality camera work. But if you're into that, I know it's a little bit of a niche thing. I enjoy it. But overall, this is a good movie. It's a fun Halloween watch, seeing as how it takes place on Halloween night. So yeah, if you want to have some fun with a bit of a lesser known movie, then give this one a try. Next up, the original Blair Witch Project. Now, I don't acknowledge Book of Shadows as a sequel. That movie was awful. The other quasi-sequel they made in like the early 2000s was actually pretty good. It was a little more on the supernatural side, whereas this one was just a little more practical. But yeah, this one still holds up. I mean, they were genius with the marketing scheme they put into place back when this one came out, before the internet was going crazy and everything like that, saying they found the footage and it was real. And I remember everyone talking about it like, was it real? Like, it could have been. And I think that in itself really scared the crap out of people. But when I rewatched it recently, it holds up. It's really good. It's spooky. This is just a great one to cuddle up with a partner and turn off the lights one night and really set the mood and get lost in it. It's a fun movie to still watch. Candyman, another classic. This one I hadn't seen since I was a kid. And when I was a kid, I didn't really like this movie. To be honest with you, I think there was a lot of undertones that went over my head and I didn't quite understand. Rewatching it now, a little bit older, I appreciated it a lot more, and let's be honest, Tony Todd's performance as Candyman is awesome. I think that in itself is worth the price of admission. So yeah, Candyman is definitely worth the watch. We got Jordan Peele's remake coming out soon, so if you want to kind of refresh yourself for that one, give it a try. Another one that's very nostalgic for me, Children of the Corn. Love this movie, loved it since I was a kid. Even rewatching it now, still holds up for me. This is a good atmosphere movie for the Halloween season because, small town America, the cornfields and everything like that, and the culty atmosphere that's going on here is disturbing and really cool. Children of the Corn, the best one, obviously, the remake or the adaptation of the Stephen King short story. They started making a bunch of shitty sequels after this one, but yeah, this one definitely holds up really well and. Yeah, great Halloween watch. Dead Silence. This one actually just got a Blu-ray release, so I picked it up a couple weeks ago and watched it. It's pretty good. I mean, early 2000s, it's got a little bit of shoddy special effects. That era of special effects in the early 2000s doesn't quite hold up that well. But if you get past that, the atmosphere in this one's pretty creepy. It's got a bunch of jump scares that I thought they did a pretty good job with. So if you're jumpy, you'll definitely get a thrill out of this one. And let's be honest, the ventriloquist dummy and everything like that, if things like that creep you out, then this one will be a good one for you to check out. All right, so this next one, super creepy movie, The Fourth Kind. So this movie, it's an alien abduction movie, but again, it's found footage in a way, but it does a pretty good job doing it in a unique way. So basically they do the cuts of the movie they're making, with the known actors like Mila Jovovich, you'd obviously recognize. But then there's also the fake footage, the real footage that I think is obviously not real, but they do a good job split screening it, and it's it's creepy. Like, you gotta check it out to kind of get a grip of what I'm talking about here. But like I said, it's like an alien abduction movie, and this one definitely, every time I check it out, I always have a bit of problems falling asleep at night, and you'd understand why if you watched it. Really cool movie. Definitely took a page out of the marketing scheme from Blair Witch, trying to play off that like these events actually happened and the footage is real and everything like that. So if you go into it with that frame of mind, it definitely adds to the element, and it'll creep you out for sure. The Hills Have Eyes. Now this one, the remake of Wes Craven's classic, this one doesn't really hold anything back. Gory movie, vicious movie, aggressive movie. This one can be disturbing at points. The scene at nighttime, the first night when the hill people invade the family's camper, is out of control. Some pretty nasty stuff going on, but the payoff's pretty good. Like, there's some pretty crazy fight scenes and stuff down the home stretch, and some cool stuff. This one's not for everybody, that's for sure, but if you're into like aggressive, gory movies, then check this one out. All right, another favorite of mine, It Follows. Can't say enough good things about this movie. This movie is very unique. If you're a horror fan and you haven't checked this one out, you owe yourself to do it, because like I said, it's very rare we get a fresh take on plots and everything like that. Everything is so recycled these days, but this movie I found just did such a great job. On the surface, the plot may sound a little dumb, like teenagers need to have sex with each other in order to get this demon that's following them around to move on to someone else. Now I know, again, on the surface that might sound a little dumb, but the sex isn't really used as in an erotic way. It's more like used in a survival sense. So I mean, that was pretty good. But yeah, the use of like eerie music and everything like that in this is awesome. And the lead, Micah Monroe, I have a bit of a crush on her. I watch everything she's in. I thought she was really good in this. It Follows would be a great movie to check out during this Halloween season. Okay, so because I wanted to kind of cover all the subgenres of horror, in the possession subgenre, I picked The Last Exorcism. This movie, I'm not a big possession movie fan, right? So this movie definitely is up there for me. It's found footage as well, but they do it in a pretty good way. Pretty crazy ending. I enjoyed the ending, didn't really see it coming, so you got that to look forward to. But yeah, this movie's creepy. I know there's a lot of people that eat up these exorcism possession movies, so if that's your cup of tea, then check this one out. The Mist. Oh boy, what can I say about this one? This movie is unbelievable. I love this movie. The ending, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. This ending is absolutely nuts. Still to this day, the craziest, most unexpected, bleakest ending I have ever seen in a movie. I remember watching this in the theater, and it was one of those moments where the lights came on and you were literally like looking around to strangers and being like, what just happened? Like, literally there was like a buzz in the air. This is one of those movies that whenever I meet somebody or talk to someone about movies, I'm just like, have you ever seen The Mist? Like, you gotta check out The Mist. The ending's insane. So yeah, if you haven't seen this one, please watch it. You won't be let down. It is completely nuts. Stephen King adaptation. Frank Darabont did it, the guy who did The Walking Dead. Awesome movie. Next up, we're dipping into a little Argento, a little giallo action. Phenomena by Dario Argento. If you don't know who Dario Argento is, he's an Italian filmmaker who does a lot of horror movies, who did a lot of horror movies back in the 70s, 80s. He was, some of his bigger movies were. Phenomena is a very cool movie. It's got a younger Jennifer Connelly. It has some supernatural elements. It's also got a little bit of slasher elements to it as well, which I love. And the soundtrack is unbelievable. One thing about Argento is that the way he incorporates his music into his movies is like second to none. This is a movie that you just want to pound your surround sound system, sit back and get lost in it and enjoy the ride. It also has Donald Pleasance, Dr. Loomis from Halloween. Awesome actor. Love Donald Pleasance. So he's in this as well. So if you haven't seen any Argento and you feel like checking him out and dipping in, start with Phenomena. It's a good movie. Pumpkinhead. This is another classic from the 80s. Lance Henriksen is in it. The practical effects on the creature are unbelievable. That's worth the price of admission on this one alone. I just love practical effects, and what they did with this guy was awesome. The plot itself, it's kind of a revenge story. A single father loses his son after a bunch of dumbass teenagers are like buzzing around on dirt bikes and there's an accident. So he basically summons this creature to help him out with his revenge on these teens. But he soon realizes it was a pretty bad idea and he has to take matters into his own hands. So yeah, no, Pumpkinhead's a good watch. Like I said, the practical effects are unbelievable. If for anything else, check it out for that. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Another one based off of some books, I believe. I haven't seen the book. I haven't read the books, but I've heard they're pretty good. I'm not sure if they're like YA or something like that. But yeah, no, this movie's got some pretty crazy like monsters and effects as well in this one. There's one in like a hospital that's completely insane. That one's nuts. But yeah, this movie, I would say I enjoyed the first half of the movie better than the second half of the movie. I thought the second half kind of dragged a little bit, and the thing they did at the end with like the climax, I just thought it dragged, and I was like, all right, let's just wrap this up. But yeah, no, still overall, the atmosphere is good in this one because it takes place around Halloween in the fall and everything like that. So if that's what you're going for with your Halloween watch, then this will be a good one. Sleepy Hollow, Johnny Depp, Christina Ricci, another great Johnny Depp performance, another classic Halloween tale. The Headless Horseman, Ichabod Crane. I think Christopher Walken's in this one as well. I haven't seen this one in a while. This is one I'm going to throw on this Halloween season. You know, not much else to say about this one. We kind of all know the story, but worth a watch for sure. And we'll cap it off with another Argento, Suspiria. This one just got released in 4K. It was an awesome 4K transfer. This is one of my favorite Argento movies. I think they did remake this one recently with Emily Blunt. I haven't seen that, but I'm a fan of the original. Some pretty creepy stuff going on at a ballet studio in Europe somewhere, and yeah, this one, same thing. It's got like somewhat supernatural elements to it, as well as with like, you know, it plays out as like a slasher. Yeah, lead role was awesome in this one. The girl who played the lead in this one was pretty cool. Yeah, no, this one is again another RJ. If you want to dip your toe in the Argento pool, check this one out. Awesome soundtrack. There's one thing about Argento though with the blood. Those of you who have seen Argento movies, like, doesn't it look like the blood is literally like red paint? It's like no blood would be that red. It just makes me laugh. But yeah, I mean, you'd have to see it. If you watch one of these movies, you'd understand what I was talking about. But yeah, no, overall, another good watch. All right, everyone, thanks for checking out my video. Once again, if you've watched this far, as I usually say, if you're new here and you like this kind of content, you love movies, you love reading, I do a lot of book reviews and a lot of book videos, generally in the horror genre. Yeah, collection videos, things like that. Give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, and happy Halloween. We'll talk to you guys soon.